Watch my summary of this bike after this. Welcome to Iconic Brands. In this edition we're going from Whitley Bay to Edinburgh. It wasn't long into the first day and our first breakdown.
Got a shock off that.
No. Got a shock off that. So far, Steve has had a broken chain, broken glasses, and what else? Your Google phone is also.
Oh, my phone crashed as well.
So we got lost. We're about 10 minutes into the ride at the moment. You know, less than an hour.
Things can only get better.
Yeah, things can only get better.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, and Geoff got electrocuted. Geoff got electrocuted. I think I've got it on film. He got stung by a fence. So it's a great start to this holiday.
You'll never get out of this estate.
Yeah, we found out.
Well, we're lost somewhere in Northumbria.
Can we jam it?
The new cables in the back.
Smile on his face. Big smile.
Another bike shop, another repair.
Yeah.
We've arrived. The sun.
He's alright, he's happy.
Thank you.
Off-road cycle track along the coast of Northumbria. I mean, just look at this. Is that just great or what? Unbelievable. You're going along like cliff edges just there, and you've got this really bumpy path along here. Whoa! Whoa! Look at that! Those cows there could actually knock you over the edge there. I mean, just look at that. The path is so close to the edge of the water, and you got cows. Right. You get the pedals over. Hold your back. There we go. Next. Coming through. We're on the entrance to Holy Island, the one that gets flooded. There you go, Steve and Geoff. You coming into ours? No?
What beer have you got in your pub?
There's a Ruddles or
Ruddles,
something else.
yeah.
Ruddles.
How often does that happen?
No, we're getting very blokey, aren't we?
Get off. Yeah.
Get off.
Right back mountain, none of those jokes.
I said to Dave at breakfast this morning, the lotion's on the bed, Dave, and the girl goes,
0.08 miles to the top.
Right. The top, or just the top of this bit before another top?
Two sat-navs, one says that way and one says that way. It's a pick a coin. So how many sat-navs say that way and how many say that way? Keeps him happy. We'll journey on and we will sing this song. We'll be there. Where? At the end of the road. We're here, we made it. Newcastle to Edinburgh, completed. I've done over 200 miles on it in 4 days, and this is my durability summary. Now, the bike had no faults whatsoever mechanically. It stood up to all the terrain that was thrown at it, as you can see in the previous video. In fact, the terrain that it endured was far worse than what was shown in the video itself. In fact, some of the tracks were that bad that the GoPro came off that was mounted there, and that's how bad it was. And here lies a typical problem with carbon forks. You can see it's fitted, they're straight forks, and it does emit a lot of vibration through the bike and into the handlebars. Well, this is typical of the setup. It's a trade-off between weight and comfort, really. So a lot of carbon fork bikes are like that. It's constructed of very high quality aluminium, and there's absolutely no problem mechanically with the bike whatsoever. It came through all my tests fine. Gear ratios are adequate with the battery, and no problem with that. But awful without the battery. In my opinion, the gears are just too far apart. There's too much gap without the battery. But now, power levels with this bike. I'd recommend using it in the green mode all the time. I got well over 60 miles per one charge out of this bike, and there's still some left in it now. The blue mode, which is the higher power level on this, there's only 3, was adequate for moderate inclines, I'd say. I found that the pink mode wasn't much use, there wasn't much difference between the blue and the pink mode, which is the 3rd highest level. So I tended to use it between the green and the blue. For steep hills, above, I'd say 1.5, something like that, per foot, I found that the motor is underpowered for someone who really needs that push. I mean, it's adequate for me as a cyclist. It takes the edge off the hills, and it did give me a good workout. It just makes some of the hills a bit easier than what they would normally be on a normal bike. However, if that's not for you, do not buy one of these. Buy something with a more powerful battery, or something that will be a bit heavier but would assist you more. This bike, although it's called an electric bike, it does make you work. It does make you pedal, which, like I say, it suits me. The other thing about this bike is the 15 mile an hour speed restriction on the bike, which is legal of course, and this bike is road legal. It does bog down. You get past 14 miles an hour and it starts to bog down, which, to be fair, if they're legally on the road, they all will do that. So it's not a criticism of the bike, it's just the way they are. So to recap with the Boardman, it's a very well made bike. Once I've got all the problems sorted, which you can see on the previous videos that I've made, once it's sorted, yeah, it's a capable, good bike. It's been taken off road, which, to be fair to the manufacturers, it's not designed for that, although I did, and it passed all the durability tests. Had no punctures, got Kevlar tyres fitted, by the way, and all in all, it's a great bike. Although I'll just warn you, if you are in the market for one, it does make you work. If you don't want to work that hard, then go for something more powerful. Otherwise, I can highly recommend this bike. Thanks for watching Iconic Brands, and if you are feeling particularly generous, you can subscribe, or failing that, please like if you enjoyed my videos, and thanks for watching Iconic Brands.